Yeah, so I'm making this video after beer 30. So who can blame me, right? Anyway, as promised, I wanted to run down some of the features of this production frame jig. One of the main standards in the design is the tubing is pocketed in machine billet steel. It's just got a sort of a valley or a trough to hold it, and then it's got these kind of clamps that are nice because they're rapid release. It has a stud in the back so you can adjust the height. You just turn this screw, and what that does is it puts pressure on the tube and forces it down into the pocket and holds it there for you. Most of the significant positions have two ways of positioning it. You've got a pin that positions the part dead where you want it to go. In this tower here, there's a drill bushing that receives this pin so that you know for sure you got your part positioned in the right spot. And then you've got a clamp, that same type of rapid release clamp, that pushes it down and holds it into place. So you got position here, holding down force here, and like I said, that's on most of anything that's a mount or has a critical position, like here in the case of the rear motor mount, front motor mount, the monoshock braces, the drop seat rails. Pretty much anywhere you've got something where you need position and holding force, it's a twofold system. That makes it pretty sweet. The neck fixture is a tower, basically an aluminum tower, and the positions, this kind of design lacks flexibility, but if you're producing and you just have a couple, 3 different rakes and stretches that you want to do, it's a darn good way to ensure that you have exact positioning. You've got this massive aluminum tower. You've got a tree that holds the neck, which bolts from the bottom. Has a nut on the bottom. Holds the neck. There's a couple of bushings in here that fit the race bore exactly, here and here. Then you just have a thread and a nut that pulls it down tight and square. One of the nicest features, this is a rotisserie, and it's extremely well balanced, so you can pull the pin. I'm pulling the pin right now, and it moves with just about finger pressure to the next position and then locks in place. Has a pin right here. I pull this pin, and you can see it's so well balanced that it slides back into position and locks. The idea behind that is that you can weld in 180 degrees. There's a pin position at noon, 1:30, 3, 4:30, and so on. But really, you could lock it in just about any position. It's also on wheels. The rear wheels are stationary. These wheels here are the steering wheels. You got this massive frame, and I'm going to rotate it so you can see the full so you can completely weld upside down as well. And the other feature, there's one of those pins that just dropped out. The other feature is that you may want to consider in your own jig design is design it so that the base is narrower than the wide out welds you want to do. So for example, that weld right there on that cross member, the jig is massively heavy duty, but it's narrow enough you can still get to that. Before you come out of the jig, you can get to that type of weld. And with that, like I said, it's beer 30, boys.